And now for the Phoenix Suns, what allows these isolation plays to work when KD decides to get into these post-ups is not that you have D-Book on this weak side, who you know they're not going to help much off of, or Bradley Beal. It's Grayson Allen right here, who's shooting about 48-49% from three, leading the NBA on about 6 attempts per game. So now understand this concept as a player as a whole, right? When you want to get into these isolations, wherever you are, understand who's one pass away from you, right? Because if you put somebody who's a shooting threat that's one pass away, there's going to be less help, right? And if there's less help, you have more room to work, and now you're just playing one-on-one instead of playing one-on-three, or always having to pass the ball up when you're trying to get to the spots that you're best at. Look, D-Book with TJ McConnell, right? Mismatch, that's a baby, right? Now notice the little detail that's going to allow D-Book to get past him, right? He turns his back. TJ McConnell now thinks, oh, he's going to post up. So now he gets strong and instead of focusing on speed. But what is D-Book going to do, right? Drop his base and get into an attack, and look at that off arm right there. Boom, I know you see that, right? First swipe, right? Swipes that the first time. TJ McConnell still sliding, still trying to bump. What is D-Book going to now do again? Look, swipe again, and notice what it did to TJ McConnell's base. He just lets him go straight on to the middle, right? So now D-Book gets straight into space, boom, float, bucket. Y'all always think, oh, I need a good isolation bag. I need a good bag to have when I get in the pocket, when I'm face to face with my defender. How about when you're in transition, right? You need a bag for that as well. And understand this move is the one that you got to have, that push cross, because it's so deadly in the different manners as to what you could use for its pace. Boom, foul right there by Book, right? Now peep this next one, right? That was a little too slow. But peep this next one now though, right? Look at his footwork on this. Boom, another push cross, gets past Siakam, lays straight back to that left side. Now notice how those two variations of a push cross vary. Because now Nesmith, his pickup point up here at the logo in transition, which is really goofy, right? But now D-Book just takes a 1-2 long stride, push cross, gets to his left side. Now compare that right there, the pickup point of Nesmith, with what Siakam's about to do now, right? Siakam picks up. He picks up at the three-point line. So what is D-Book going to do? Slow down, stutter steps, boom, push cross. Gets Siakam on his heels. He's late on that slide over to beat him to the spot. Now he gets straight to our left, quick, right off the glass so he can't block it. All guards, y'all wonder, when should I break a play? When should I say, fuck this play that coach told us to run? This is when you do it, right? Look at this defender. Unset defender. When a defender is not set, that means that there's gaps and there's opportunities to be made on the floor, right? So now, boom, gets into the paint, kick out, swing. Eric Gordon might have bricked it. High quality look. Look, D-Book catches, spins, head looks up. He sees Siakam, so he decides to stop. I'm not going to drive because Siakam's going to be able to take away my layup, right? But this right here is when you know a player got a ball on the string. He lost it, got it right back, boom, got straight into his drive. And now notice what happens with Siakam. He's now stepping over as D-Book is already at the rim, and now he can get that over the top instead of going against the set defender. Understand after he gets off that go, right? Brad Beal on the breakdown, gets by, and right here is where a lot of y'all mess up because y'all drive and go one speed. Brad Beal slows down so that he could find Jarris Walker's body, hit him with that shoulder, and then spin off, and now he has all that separation just because he decided to slow down before he got into that bump. All of them different. You seen those first two push crosses? Now you see a toss, skip, split, push cross going to that right side. Now he's getting down here, kick to Grayson Allen. Like I said, 48% from three, leading the league. Big time for Phoenix. So when it comes down to crossovers, it's important to get your crossover low, like you're about to see right here with KD, right? But it's also important to do this next part, which is now to get that ball into the pocket. Because when a defender doesn't reach low and decides to reach wide, that's when that ball being in the pocket is super vital. And now KD making sure he gets that, is able to avoid both those possible reaches, gets that right and get that late. Little gem on the crossovers, you got to make sure you add that in. So don't just think low and keep that shit in front. Think low, then get it wide out into that pocket. It's a beauty in the simplicity. Brad Beal fakes that backdoor so he can be able to get this handoff. And now this entire time, you like they got this three-headed snake or two-headed snake at times on the floor, right? And so when it's KD right here who's one pass away and his defender decides to help in, pass gets kicked out, KD, shot. Keeps it that simple, bucket, right? When you do that, when you just keep it simple, buckets come easy, right? right? Scoring gets easy. Points add up quicker, right? And on top of that, you get more efficient because you're not using so much energy just to get a shot, right? Just keep shit simple, get your bucket. This is when you should say fuck your coach and you break the play, right? Book gets that entry pass. Boom, switch occurs. Oh, he's too far to my right. Now I get to the middle. I break middle, right? Because I see a lane for me to be able to attack and be able to score, because that's our ultimate goal as an offense, to be able to score. That's it. It's not to run the play and get it to the last pass, the last action. It's to be able to score. So if you see an opportunity to score, go and score, right? But if you hesitate, that's where you fucked up. Because if you hesitate and think, oh, what's coach going to think? Am I going to miss? Am I going to make it? GG's, my boy. Pack it up. You're probably going to get shit to the bench, because you can see hesitancy in a player's movements. KD rejects the screen. Boom. He gets a switch with Nembhard, right? Pass gets thrown into KD. And if you're a scorer, you got to know when to score and when not to score. And so in a situation like this, you see too, why would I try to force my hand even if I'm hot? Fuck it, even if I'm hot. Why would I try to force my hand? Now I give it up to another shooter, right? Another scorer. Why would he try to force his hand? We got a shooter right here in the corner. So at times you got to know when you need to pull back that aggression and trust your other teammates, because they still do other stuff well. And you need to also keep them engaged. If Phoenix and Book, everybody in general, gives efforts like this, they could possibly compete with some teams, right? If they have no fear defensively and take pride, right? Because also realize what this boils down to, right? Because even though he is a scorer, he's not necessarily a two-way player. That play is now going to lead to this, right? Which is an unset defense, because you got that stop, got that miss. KD open three from the wing, don't even see a hand. You generate better looks when you're able to get stops on defense, because you're able to play in transition. So you got to also value playing defense. If you're trying to be a scorer and you don't know how you want the floor space, good luck being a scorer. Look at D Book, right? Talking to Eubanks. He sends Eubanks through. What does Eubanks do? Now he's getting over to this wing, right? Or to the short corner. So now once D Book is able to go and attack, he wants the big on the right side, to where if they could circle up if he gets left where Brad Beal is by himself, right? So now when D Book goes, I also want you to understand this. D Book's all the way out here. Watch the defender, right? Watch the defender. He works him all the way down to the free throw line, despite himself being also a three-point threat, right? Because if you're comfortable playing within the pocket, right? The pocket in basketball being with your defender right there in front of you, trusting your handle that you don't get ripped, right? If you're comfortable playing there, you can understand that you could walk defenders down and get to exactly where you want, if you also space the floor properly like D Book did to start that play. So now he's just able to get to that elbow, pull up over the top. That's a bucket. Hey, when you see a defender guard you like this, stop being fucking scared, right? Because the second that you do this right here, what Bradley Beal is about to do, right? Work him down, and then boom, draw some contact. All that strength that he put in that base is gone. So now what could you do? Get to your spots and get your bucket, right? You eliminate everything that they showed right there and then. So don't let that shit intimidate you, right? The only way is to which you're gonna still be intimidated by that if you're scared of contact. One, and if you don't trust your handle and your skill. So if you don't have those two, it's not gonna work. But if you got it, don't be scared of it at all. Match, this is artwork. Look, perfect. Understand why. KD on the catch, right? And so with Obi Toppin guarding him, front foot rip through, boom, open up your base. And now since Obi Toppin has now decided to hollow out KD, this tells KD he's trying to meet me right here and get contact and not right here. So what do? Stop on a dime, and you continue to go down, and I'm shooting this, and you're just watching me like a shooting star as that ball goes up and goes into the rim. That's tough. Look at KD, right? Watch KD. Look, swipe, stop. Who is he talking to? Brad Beal, Josh Okogie. Tells Beal to slide down, tells Okogie to stay right there, right? And so what this is going to allow KD to do is get right to his spots. Because since he created more space on that right wing by taking Brad Beal to that right corner, he's able to get to his best pull-up, which is a dribble pull-up going to his right side, where he goes left, right, and now he brings it back into his shot fade over the top. KD's just a bucket. If you want to be a good scorer, you got to understand how you want the floor spaced for you to be able to get to your spots. If you don't understand that, good luck scoring. If you're a scorer and you not just want to be a scorer, but also a closer, you got to understand who you want to attack in these matchups. 2:20 left, right? Phoenix had a little bit of struggles around the 6 to 3 minutes left in the game, but they caught it right here. Switcher, Buddy Hield, right? So now, boom, let's get busy, right? Tween cross, boom, bump, float. Bump, right there, float, right? First bucket, 107 up, now it's 107, 109. Once again, gets another switcher Hield, middle of the floor, right? And so what now happens? Little movement on this weak side, take away this left if he wants to go there. But why do so much when you already got KD and D Book on this right side? So what do? Go to this right side because this help defender isn't really going to play help. They bullshitting. So boom, rip through underneath, bump, lay, right there, off glass, another bucket. So now Siakam's fed up. Over the top, he's fighting through. He don't want to switch shit, right? Second screen occurs. Siakam, boom, getting underneath. He ain't going to switch if you don't need to. But we just going to give it to Grayson Allen as Hield's trying to recover, right? So boom, whole lane because that angle that he gave up, atrocious. Spin back, float by Grayson Allen, attacking a mismatch, right? You don't have to be a person scoring yourself. You could also give it up so somebody could be in a good position to attack the weak defender, right? And now another bucket, right? Peep this next one here too, right? KD signaling to Grayson Allen, bring him into that action, right? So boom, right? Even with his book with the ball. Now, screen occurs. Hield's not trying to switch, trying to stay. And then another screen occurs. Boom. Once again, Hield's recovering. Throw it back to Hield while he's still trying to recover to the person he's guarding. So now Allen has a lane, gets into the paint, kicks it out. Gordon to Beal. Beal attacks, and guess who he ends up scoring on? Boom, Buddy Hield. And so late games is vital. You know who you want to attack.